episode should be called Tyrion is a G episode. My personal opinion. Let me start off at the beginning and then go into the ending part, which was absolutely incredible. So it starts off with Stannis and Davos, I think that's his name, going to the Iron Bank or whatever it's called to get money to fund, obviously, their army and to overthrow King's Landing and all that business. Stannis is being an arrogant douchebag as usual. It's basically like to the Iron Throne, give me the money, I deserve it. And you're thinking, you really think you're going to get thousands of whatever the hell your currency is by speaking to people like they're dickheads. And it's Davos that saves the day with his beautiful speech about how, Stannis is the rightful king and the rightful heir, how he has a right to the throne by blood because obviously Tommen and Joffrey and all are basically Cersei's kids, all bastards. It's one of those things where I think everybody knows by now that Cersei's kids are all Jaime's, but it's one of those things where they know they should not say anything, otherwise Tywin Lannister will, cut you out. Like, that's it, you're gone. I personally don't get how someone as amazing and noble as Davos, okay, fair enough, he used to steal stuff back in the day, but now he seems like a cool dude, how someone like Davos can follow an idiot like Stannis Baratheon. Yara, Theon's sister, she is something else. You know how I said how Game of Thrones shows women to be literally like, pow! They're not these weak little pathetic damsel in distresses. The women in Game of Thrones are just as incredible and powerful to watch as the men, which is another reason why I love this show. Yara, is getting her men, her army dudes, to go into crazy bastard's place, Ramsay Bolton, that's it, and get her brother back, aka Theon Greyjoy. She finally gets to Theon and he's literally caged up like an animal. So she gets in as basically like, brother, I'm here to save you. She opens up the cage, is like, come with me, and he's like, stay away from me, get away. Jeez Louise, this man has been completely brainwashed. Theon Greyjoy is no longer Theon Greyjoy. He thinks he's this random servant called Reek. Ramsay Snow, I don't know what the hell you did to Theon Greyjoy. I mean, obviously I know you tortured him and whatnot, but to break a man like that, I just wow. Yeah, you've got skills that are incredible and very, very scary. And, the whole cutting off Theon Greyjoy's balls clearly, affected him in more ways than one. So anyway, his sister tries to get him out of the cage. He is basically screaming and shouting, saying no. She physically drags him out and he bites her, full on teeth in their skin, and runs back into his cage. And then Ramsay Snow and his other soldiers come in and they're like, what are you doing up in here? And she's like, I'm here for my brother. And he replies with, you're not going anywhere, biatch. Okay, I paraphrased a little bit, but you get the gist. They fight. She, gets out with the skin of her teeth or whatever that saying is. And all her soldiers are like, oh my gosh, what about Theon? And she's like, Theon's dead. Because in a way, Theon is dead. He has truthfully gone off the deep end. I don't know what could bring Theon Greyjoy back. I mean, don't get me wrong, I didn't like him in the previous seasons because he was such a cruel bastard, but he doesn't deserve this. His weenie's gone, for crying out loud. And I'm just thinking, what's there now? I sort of want Game of Thrones to sort of skim quickly to see what that situation is. But at the same time, I'm a little bit shook because I don't know what that would look like without that being there. I have to move on to the best bit of the whole episode, which is Tyrion's trial. Let me tell you now, I think we all know that Cersei is going for blood. I think her grief has sort of, her grief and her drinking, let me just say, has sort of overshadowed her logical sense of mind. Because at the end of the day, if you sat down and thought about it properly, why would Tyrion murder his own nephew okay, let me not act like that there's any love lost between Joffrey and Tyrion, because there's not. But why would he murder the King of King's Landing in front of everyone and then be foolish enough to be holding the thing that killed him? If Cersei really sat down and thought about it, she would realise that Tyrion would never be that dumb and would never be that reckless to do it up in the open. So the trial proceeds, and it's full of like amazing testimonies, which Cersei has set up from the beginning, has basically scripted the whole thing with each individual that takes the stand. Tyrion has been shackled in the middle of this courtroom, and you're thinking, okay, first of all, to shackle Tyrion, really, where's he going to go? Like, is he going to make a run for it with all these guards standing around him? Tywin Lannister's all sitting there looking all, smug and, yeah, I'm the G around here. And you're thinking, I cannot wait till somebody kills you. Cersei's looking all pissed and angry and like, I know how this is going to turn out. Spud myself. And you're also thinking, Cersei, can't wait for you to die. But also, don't die because you're too much fun to watch. So, as I said, the trial goes on. And one of the best bits of the trial is when Shay takes the stand. So, it was weird. I sort of knew she was going to take the stand. I just knew that they were going to bring somebody on the stand that was going to be a real shocker. So, Shay takes the stand and she twists everything that Tyrion has said to her and makes up a whole lot of lies about how she knew that Tyrion and Sansa basically coerced with each other to kill the king. She's clearly doing this because she's hurt that Tyrion called her a whore and all this business and basically told her, peace out, homie. But it's one of those things where I feel like just shaking this stupid bitch and telling her at the end of the day, Tyrion loves you and he did it to protect you. Why would he put himself through all of this of sleeping with you and putting you in beautiful quarters and sending you off with loads of maidens and a beautiful house somewhere, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. Like, I think Shay is so caught up in her own anger and bitterness, she can't see how bad she's being. She can't see the error of her ways. Shay's testimony really pushes Tyrion over the edge. Rewind. Jaime comes up to Tyrion and is basically like, I've spoken to father, you're going to get guilty, plead mercy, and you'll be taken to the Night's Watch. End of conversation. Trust me. I know you don't trust Dad, but trust me. And Tyrion does like a nod of like, okay, I believe in you. Then obviously when Shay takes a stand, all of that shit goes out the window. As I said before, Shay, oopsie daisies, you've made a big boo-boo, but I hope she gets the chance to, make it up to Tyrion. Yeah, he fucks her over by sending her away, but by Shay taking the stand, this completely destroys Tyrion in a way. I think she knew that it was going to get to him in this way, but as I said, she's so caught up in her feelings, she's not thinking about this logically. Let me get to the best part of this whole episode. Tyrion's monologue at the end of his trial, or should I say at the end of Shay's witness thing. And Peter Dinklage, literally, I saw somebody say that he deserves an Emmy for this, and they are 166.999%. Let me just round up to 200% correct. Peter's performance here, it literally blew my booty away. I actually wrote down pieces of this monologue because it was just so on point. Let me just get this. Watching your vicious bastard die gave me more relief than 1,000 lying whores. Jay-Z couldn't write better shit than that. Just wow, and the next bit. I will not give my life for Joffrey's murder, and I know I'll get no justice here. I demand a trial by combat. Pow! In your face, Tywin Lannister, Cersei Lannister, and all those haters of Tyrion. Let me just say, Tyrion always comes back fighting and knows how to defend himself. Literally, when Tyrion drops that line, there's a close-up of, Jaime's face, which is absolutely stunned, shocked, scared. Close-up of Cersei's face. She, as usual, looks crazy, angry, sad, pissed off. And a close-up of Prince Oberyn's face. He, literally gets out of his seat, well, shall I say, leans forward, and is, for the first time, looking interested in this trial. And I swear to golly, if Game of Thrones kills Tyrion off, you're going to get a lot of complaints. I don't care if in the book Tyrion gets killed off in, this season, episode, book, whatever. Directors, ignore it. Peter, aka Tyrion, needs to stay on because he is pivotal to the Game of Thrones amazingness. No joke, I'm being deadly serious. Tyrion delivers this incredible speech and then lights out. Huh? How could you end the episode like that? I mean, I get it. It made me wanting more. But at the same time, I would literally, the credits started rolling after Tyrion's speech and I screamed because I was so involved and engrossed and please, I need more. I'm literally I'm hot. This is how worked up I am about this episode. I'm just thinking who's going to fight for Tyrion? Is he going to ask Bronn again? Is he going to ask Jaime? I just don't know. And I have to say, to see how Tywin Lannister finally has no say and power over the situation, it's incredible. Bigs up to Theon Greyjoy, aka Alfie Allen, who I did not realise was Lily Allen's brother. Theon, Reek, whatever your name is, keep doing what you're doing because it is beautiful to watch. Beautiful is the wrong word because it's not a beautiful thing that's happening to him. I'm going to say absolutely mesmerising and truly good acting. That is the ending of my review. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Bye.